Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon to all of you here in person and also to all of you joining online from around the world. Thank you to the Miami Herbert Business School at the University of Miami for this opportunity to speak with all of you during the 7th Annual Chief Sustainability Officer Summit. As the founder and CEO of the Council for Inclusive Capitalism, I want you to know that we are honored and delighted to partner for this first time at this CSO Summit. And the topic today couldn't be more timely: building consensus in an election year. That is a challenge. And maybe what I should say is only from your mouth to God's ears. We are excited to be part of this conversation with you because, like you, at the Council for Inclusive Capitalism, we believe that business and our capitalist system works best when it works for all. This is not just rhetoric. According to More Global, companies that place importance on operating in an inclusive and sustainable way create greater benefit for their shareholders. In the 3 years between 2019 and 2021, companies that placed importance on these issues saw revenue grow 9.7% versus the 4.5% revenue growth seen over the same period by companies that did not follow these practices. And 84% of these companies said that their ability to raise capital has become easier. Essentially, inclusive capitalism is business at its best. It is doing what great businesses have always done: create great products, give great jobs, and be respected in their communities. This would be simple, but our world has become more complicated. We now live where we're facing warming climate, increased inequality, and not surprisingly, social and political dysfunction at a level that we've not seen before. Now, in light of all that, some companies, management teams, and boards want to tread very lightly. They don't want to raise their head above the parapet about too much that they are doing other than making the widgets in front of them. But I think that this is actually a time of great opportunity for great companies, not to head for the trenches, but to, in a thoughtful, dignified way, show that by taking care of our customers, our employees, our communities, and our planet, we are creating greater shareholder value. At the Council for Inclusive Capitalism, we believe that there are, in fact, many more companies in the world who are inclusive and sustainable than the public understands or believes. That is why the Council created its online platform at inclusivecapitalism.com, where companies can put forward their concrete actions toward prioritizing workers, communities, and the environment. You will hear in a moment from State Street and the Estee Lauder companies, who are two members of the steering committee of the Council for Inclusive Capitalism. You might also become interested and go online to see what other companies are doing, or how you can tell the world through our website what you are doing and how you are creating value for workers, employees, communities, and shareholders. There are many exciting examples, and I know you're going to hear about many today, but I was very moved by the work of Bank of America, one of our steering committee members, who has provided $5 billion to help more than 20,000 individuals and families purchase a home, which had not been possible for them before. Another is our great partner, Alaya, a wonderful company in the Philippines. They're growing their business and expanding access to banking and financial services to the significant underbanked population of the Philippines. As you can imagine, each company has its own strengths, its own challenges, and its own path forward. The important thing is that we are trying to do better and we can learn from each other. It is by sharing our experiences and by learning across sectors and across geographies that we can identify best practices, adopt them for our own organizations, and collectively move toward an economic system that is fairer, more trusted, and truly sustainable for the long term. That's why I launched the Council for Inclusive Capitalism, to provide a platform for sharing best practices, and also why convenings like this one are so important. Because in today's challenging landscape, we really need to stand together to demonstrate the value that is created so that asset owners and asset managers, customers, communities, government, and the media all understand that forgetting about the rhetoric or forgetting about the marketing speak, or worst of all, forgetting about the political weaponization of our best activities and the pressure on us to live in this alphabet soup of acronyms, it is absolutely essential that we are showing that by acting in inclusive and sustainable ways, we are creating the best long-term value for our shareholders and for our communities. This is not about now, this is about the future. And so I congratulate all of you again for being together in this symposium where you are going to be discussing really difficult issues. And I think it's really important that we be very pragmatic, we be very transparent, and we be very honest about both the challenges and the opportunities that lie ahead. But most of all, the act of hanging together and doing all of this as one committed body of people who want to reform our system to make capitalism work better for all, that is my highest aspiration for your work today and for our work going forward. And I thank you so much for your time and your attention. Thank you.